Auckland, 4:50 a.m. The streets are entirely empty. The air is still. When you drive this early, the stillness creates a psychological trap. You instinctively assume that zero traffic guarantees absolute safety. But physics doesn't sleep. A silver SUV slams directly into the back of a white Toyota hatchback at high speed. The kinetic energy transfers instantly. The rear of the Toyota is completely crushed inward, while the front end of the SUV folds under the massive structural strain. The sheer momentum carries the white hatchback violently forward and completely off the roadway. The empty road's illusion of safety vanishes in a fraction of a second, as the environment shifts from secure to lethal. The impact propelled the white Toyota directly into the infrastructure bordering a residential boundary. This location escalated the risk immediately. The car struck directly adjacent to a power-related structure. This introduces invisible threats, specifically the immediate risk of live electrical exposure and the potential for a secondary fire. The collision compromised the surrounding urban infrastructure, turning the crash site into a live, volatile hazard zone. The white Toyota suffered total structural failure. Its rear section is completely collapsed, and the back doors are permanently jammed shut. The driver had just invested in the vehicle, installing 4 brand-new tires and a fresh battery, all of which were destroyed instantly. Across the road, debris from the silver SUV's crushed bonnet serves as mechanical proof of the extreme force involved. Because this crash occurred during a long holiday weekend, neither driver could get immediate access to their insurance agents for support or guidance. The physical collision triggers a long-lasting financial and administrative burden for everyone involved. Within minutes, the New Zealand police arrive to lock down the perimeter and secure the crash site. Due to the electrical risk, fire and emergency crews are deployed alongside the local power company to neutralize the grid threats. Miraculously, neither driver suffered serious physical injuries, though the driver of the Toyota was left in a state of severe emotional shock. Emergency crews manage the physical infrastructure, while the drivers are left to process the profound psychological trauma of the event. How does a catastrophic collision happen on a straight road with zero traffic, clear weather, and no complex intersections? This graph maps human circadian alertness over a 24-hour cycle. At 4:50 a.m., the brain is biologically programmed for deep sleep. Overlaying braking response data, reaction times spike in direct correlation to this dip. The brain takes significantly longer to process danger and brake. The environment also removes the visual triggers, like the brake lights of other cars, that normally force the mind to stay engaged. Clear roads do not prevent accidents. Instead, their emptiness masks a driver's internal physiological degradation until it is too late. The Sandringham collision ended without a loss of life, but it left 2 cars obliterated and critical urban infrastructure threatened. Survival on the road is never dictated by the volume of traffic. It relies entirely on the unbroken awareness of the driver. Even in the pre-dawn stillness, disaster is only a fraction of a second away.